Hello and welcome to our special series around the Visa Africa FinTech Accelerator. I'm here with Desola Ososami, Head of Growth at Orda. So before we get started, it would be great to hear a little bit more about yourself, your company, and the kind of products and solutions that you offer.
Okay. So hi, I'm Desola. I am the head of growth at Orda. And essentially what I do is I ensure that we are able to get our solution to as many restaurants as possible in our regions. We aim to be a Pan-African solution provider. Right now, we are currently just live in Nigeria and Kenya, but we're looking forward to opening in other African countries. What we are as Order is we are essentially restaurant heroes. So we offer a very accessible point of sale software to restaurants to allow them to reconcile their sales with their inventory, as well as embedding that with finance and payments processing, such that restaurants don't need to go around to different payment providers or banks to ensure that they can get the most accessible payment options and loans. Similarly, we also offer them solutions to ensure that they can see all of their business operations in one place, allowing them to grow as much as possible.
Amazing. And how does your solution stand out from others in the market?
Yeah, so our biggest competitors are actually other foreign software for restaurants. So the way we stand out is we are a local provider. So currently, we are the only software providers that allow you to integrate with other food aggregators. So, for example, if a customer has an order point of sale device, they are able to accept orders from Glovo, from Bolt, from Uber Eats, and all of those orders that they accept are also reconciled into their inventory. So they're able to see their profit and loss cost per plate for even their outside orders. Same thing as well, they're able to see all of that costing and pricing for the orders that they take in-house and online as well. We provide every single restaurant with an online website that they can send to their customers, and everything that's done on all of their sales channels is then recorded and shown to them on a daily real-time basis. We're also cloud-based. So that means, again, we're able to give real-time data and evaluation to these restaurants. And this is really important for the restaurant industry because the restaurant industry kind of has a very high closure rate because a lot of restaurateurs and business owners don't have a real-time view of how their prices are changing in the market. There's a lot of inflation, so they don't have a real-time view of how their pricing and their sales are doing. And so Order is able to give that to them in real time. The other way we're also different is we're currently the first point of sale provider in Nigeria that allows customers to tip waiters and waitresses directly sent to them through mobile money. So that's a huge achievement for us, and we're looking forward to keeping on empowering waiters, waitresses, and just people that work in the restaurant industry.
Amazing, that's fantastic. And I guess thinking about the African market, what is the current landscape in fintech world there? What are you seeing at the moment?
Yeah, I think it ranges from different regions in Africa. But I think a common thread that we've been seeing is, and this might sound very ironic, but fintech can no longer just be about payments. And the reason being is because there's a lot of push to drive down the cost, the transaction charges that fintechs can charge to customers. When payments processing was introduced, it was a service that was new. It was the first way that people could digitize payments, and so there was a premium on that. However, now it's extremely widespread. People can accept payments on their phone through NFC-enabled devices. We're seeing that with our restaurants as well. And so if your MO is just payments alone, you might struggle. So I think what we're seeing is now embedding payments with value-added services. And that way, if your proposition as a fintech is, okay, through this solution that I'm giving you, I'm not just allowing you to pay for things better, but I'm allowing you to, live an easier life. You can see all your sales in one place, or, you can get better access to loans or better access to inventory, things like that. So there always has to be that value added service connected to payments provision so that the customer then feels like, okay, I'm actually paying for something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I think it'd be interesting to know what other sort of market trends or opportunities that you've observed in the fintech space similar to that, particularly in your region. And are you acting on those trends as Order?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, like the biggest trend that we're facing is still again the downward transaction charges. So there's kind of like what we would call a race to the bottom in terms of how much you can charge customers per transaction, which I don't think is a bad thing. And so for us, it still reinforces that we are, software first, and our software is all about empowering the restaurants. So ensuring that through our software, they can manage their business better. They have better access controls. They can view, wastage better. They can manage their inventory better, just ensuring that we're giving them that value added service above just providing them with the means to receive payments.
Yeah, fantastic. And are there any challenges involved, particularly within payments and your operations as well, in terms of, the fintech space and sort of tapping into that wider market as well?
Yeah, so I can probably take this region by region. So for Nigeria, I think one issue that we face in general is probably just payment stabilization. So usually, I think about 2 years ago, the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics released that only about there will always be at least like 15% of payments will fail every day per terminal, just as a given. And so being a payment service provider, that can be quite challenging. So even though we are a restaurant point of sale software, our software is provided on payment terminals. And so whenever we partner with a payment provider to fulfill that payment, we got that downtime as well. And that affected customers' perception of our software as well. And so what we have done to evolve and to prevent that is we have now become what we would call a payments aggregator. So essentially, with our device, which it is right here. So with our device, you're actually now able to have several payment providers on your device. So as you're fulfilling orders, if one of the switches is down, it will automatically switch to another payment provider to say, okay, today this bank or this fintech is down, let's switch to that one. And it essentially mimics the same thing as picking up several terminals after you've gotten several declines. So instead of going through that pain, it would just do the automatic switch for you. So that's one way that we're trying to hedge for that. I would say in East Africa, or at least in Kenya, where we're present, it's one, or whenever you think of payments, you just have to think of M-Pesa. That's the only way, right? And so we're trying to figure out, how can we also embed our software to ensure that M-Pesa payments are done easily for restaurants as well and for their customers. So we launched an SDK push to customers to be able to pay for their M-Pesa transactions directly through their PIN instead of having to check the till numbers, things like that. So just trying to find innovative ways to ensure that payments collections are done easier for restaurants.
Amazing, fantastic. And then just thinking about the Visa FinTech Accelerator, I'd love to know a little bit more about your involvement in the program and how participating has helped to contribute to the growth and development of your company as you've gone along.
Yeah, so the program has been awesome for us. It's been extremely practical with all the sessions that we've had on learning, not just about the fintech industry, but just in general, how to run your startup. So understanding go to market, understanding, your commercials better, even down to HR and culture. We've had sessions on all of those. And of course, the tech as well. So understanding, your cloud servers and your services and how to optimize the costs of that as well, how to ensure your tech teams are working better with other teams in the company. So from that, in that regard, it's been really, really helpful for us. Very practical advice. I would say one thing that we've gotten from it as well is also just introductions to other fintechs. We are actually piloting a partnership with one of the fintechs in the cohort to strengthen our payments proposition to restaurants. And in that partnership as well, that fintech is also now able to provide to their restaurant customers, a software that allows them to reconcile better, allows them to view their growth. So that has been an awesome opportunity for us. And Visa and Plug and Play have been really instrumental in helping us understand the services that Visa provides to fintechs as well, helping us understand their partner programs. And the Visa team especially have been really helpful in introducing us to other partners in Nigeria as well. So yeah, we're really excited about that, and it's been a great experience for us so far.
Amazing. It all sounds absolutely fantastic. And are there any particular resources or support from the things that, you've just mentioned within the accelerator that have been the most valuable to your business?
Yes, definitely the partnership intros. So we were able to the Visa team invited us. We sat down, we ran them through our whole proposition, and they were able to give us introductions to new partners. One of such is the first NFC enabled. Or the first NFC trusted partner in Nigeria. So we're really excited to see how we can start to provide our software on NFC enabled tablets, phones, and to allow customers to pay better and to allow restaurants to receive more digital payments. Yeah, I would say the introductions have been definitely one of the most useful things for us.
Fantastic. And are there any success stories or milestones that you've achieved as a result of this accelerator program so far?
Yes, I don't want to hammer on the partnerships, but it really has been the most instrumental. I think a success story for us, again, is being able to actually close a partnership with one of the cohort members and being able to provide their payments to our customers and them being able to provide our software to their customers. Other things as well as just the support from Plug and Play on how to actually demo and not just demo your products, but how to pitch successfully, how to tell your story about the product that you're providing in a more impactful way. So that has been great, and it's improved our pitching skills. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm so glad you've had so much luck with partnerships. That's absolutely fantastic. And then just finally, I guess taking into account your involvement with the program, everything you've learned, everything you've taken on, what are your hopes for the future of Order as you're moving through the rest of 2024?
Yeah, so we're looking forward to do a lot more partner-led growth. As I've mentioned, we are very much aware that we are a software first company. The fintech element for us comes through the partnerships, so comes through the payment providers, the banks, and other providers like that. And so we're really looking forward to growing through our partners. Most especially, I think for 2024, we're looking forward to doing that to other regions as well. So opening up other regions outside just Nigeria and Kenya and doing that through banking partners. We're currently in the process of doing that with a Pan-African bank in East Africa. So we're looking forward to doing that across all the different regions in Africa and just ensuring that With our software, restaurants are empowered to collect payments in a more digital way that allows them to view their sales and their costs and their inventory, to help them grow, and just ensuring that their operations are seamless. So that's what we're looking forward to this year.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Desola, for your time today. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and good luck with everything in the future. Check the link in the description below to find out more about Visa's Africa Accelerator, a groundbreaking initiative that connects Africa's brightest minds with experienced mentors, cutting-edge technology, and unparalleled investment opportunities to fast-track startup success across Africa's dynamic fintech ecosystem.